Become ever more energetic, but there's Steve Beaton. He's been around at the top for a long time now, as I was saying a little bit earlier on. The Lakeside champion in '96, was it? And still there with a world ranking of 25, seeded for this event. And has been at the top with that lovely smooth throw for a long time. But Peter Wright, well, we saw last week in Glasgow just how close he came to getting to the very pinnacle by beating Michael van Gerwen. Didn't happen as it turned out, but van Gerwen had to be absolutely at his best with a 129 checkout and an 11 darter to clinch that particular championship. If Wright can build on that, he's going to be a force to reckon with. And the draw here means that Gary Anderson and Michael van Gerwen are on the other side.
Well, still a lot of work to do for that, but he'll certainly fancy his chances, mainly because of the form he's in. He's now the real deal. We mentioned that a lot last week, John, that he's taken that next level now. He's beaten the top players. I mean, how close can you get? Van Gerwen had to pull out the last two legs from nowhere to beat him.
Well, he was certainly paying full respect to Steve Beaton. When I was talking to him earlier on, Peter was saying, you know, never underestimate this fella. He's still a terrific darts player.
Well, still staying in the top part of the rankings, number 30 in this Pro Tour, still in the top 32 of the world ranking, still hanging in there, isn't he?
And a lot made of beautiful, smooth throwing actions. The throwing action of Steve Beaton stands comparison with just about anybody.
Yeah, almost textbook. Right, looks to set this one up. Oh, slip with the second one.
41.
So a mistake there from Wright, but Beaton back on 137. It's a big ask.
Good dart.
Well, treble 16 for double. This will be a great finish from Steve Beaton. Almost, but not quite.
Wright's throw under big pressure. Probably has to get this. Treble 20 he needs now. He's got it. Double 16. For 112! Yes! Terrific way to start. Unlucky Steve Beaton almost pulled that one against the darts, but Wright, a great response.
Well, it was, and that's why he's in the position he is, moving up the rankings. He's now a contender, not just for Players' Championships, but for major events.
Yet to win a televised competition.
16.
Peter Wright. And increasingly people are saying it's a question of when now rather than if. Beaton, though, will have other ideas. Throwing well on his own darts here.
I was actually wondering what I was going to get you for Christmas, John, but just looking at those pants and wondering if they do them in your size.
Yeah, I mean, you don't sort of say, is it your colour when you buy those sort of things, do you? Because chances are your colour's in there somewhere.
You'll suit the pants, but maybe not the haircut.
No.
100. Stevie require 164.
Disappointed with that. Giving Wright an opportunity to claw his way back.
Yeah, he made a couple of mistakes, right, but then took out the 112.
124 then to square off the match for Steve Beaton, and can't be done now.
72.
Well, we saw in the first leg, didn't look like he was going to win it, then took out the 112. Beaton had already thrown at double. He's left himself 52 this time. Well, treble 18, double 16 was a shot, but he must have liked the lie to go for the treble 20 with the second one.
Good last dart. Beaton 52, double 16. This is a big dart.
36.
Oh dear. And he knows it.
Yeah, disappointment there from Steve. Big miss. Will it be punished? Yes, it will.
Right, two doubles out of two attempts. And of such small margins, the match is decided. Only early stages, but a big miss from Beaton, that was.
When you're playing so well and things are going in a good direction, even if you have a bad leg, you all of a sudden get that one dart at the double and it seems to go in. When you're on the other end of the spectrum and you're struggling a little bit, you have that one dart and you miss, and that's the difference in winning matches. Certainly at this level.
Key break. Loose one. Beaton needing a big score to hit back. A little disconsolate shake of the head. Peter Wright says that when Steve's playing well against you, he sort of sticks that cheesy grin on, gives you the Hollywood grin, and looks at you as he walks back, and he said, God, it doesn't have to get under your skin.
Well, you can see the concentration on his face at the moment, because he knows he's not got his teeth well and truly into this match yet.
55.
Peter Wright isn't playing well at all, but he's 2-0 ahead. Seems to be in a bit of a rush, Peter. That's better.
Steve can do no more than try and put him under the cosh a little bit with this visit. Not with a 5.
82.
Needed that treble.
He's of an outside chance if Wright misses the 80. 20 for tops. The 3-0.
Right, well, you would think Beaton's got to take if he's going to win this particular leg. Oh dear, dear, dear. It's just not quite happening for Steve at the minute.
Yeah, that first dart, it just completely stops everything, because you can't then have a throw at the double. So Peter Wright again returns to the board. Hasn't played his best, but he's only got one dart left. Only one dart needed.
Kind of got away with it, didn't he? But Steve Beaton just not firing at this moment. Again, there's fly trouble up there. I've not been up to investigate what sort of breed it is, whether they're of the stinging and biting variety. But we have mentioned them prior to this, and it's upsetting Steve.
Neither player in full flow by any means. It's a scoreline that's the important thing.
93.
Wright putting the Beaton throw under pressure once more.
Peter Wright loved this stage, did so well in the UK Open finals, got to the final.
He's a consistent big occasion performer now, Wright. And the crowd love him for it.
Well, he's playing well as well, but when you get that self-belief, not just when you're up there, but playing the top players in the world.
Where do you require 140?
Well, here we go. This is a chance for 4-0. No.
$79 less, so just checking. Treble 13 would leave the double, but if he hit the single,
100.
but he has hit the treble. Single would have left a dodgier finish. Beaton to pull a leg back. Double 8.
55.
Just not happening for Steve.
No,
The
he's
book
not.
tells it all.
Can't get into the match, can he? And it's 4-0 now, beckoning for Wright. Up at the top of the board. There you go. Another one which he could conceivably have lost by dint of good finishing skills. 4 out of 7 now. He's 4-0 up.
Yeah, 4-0 up and not really had to pull out all the punches.
Break at the end of this as well. And if it goes in 5-0, for Wright, then you would think that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, Steve has just had a few chances there. It just makes such a difference, but when you're a few legs down, the harder to hit those doubles, but that's what you've got to do to get yourself back, claw yourself back in the match.
150.
It's a good visit. Against throw. Peter Wright hasn't got his scoring boots on at all, but that's a lot better. He'll feel better after that throw.
No finish for Beaton, and Wright now can put himself back into the driving seat and is doing brilliantly, just filling it up or trying to, annoyed with the last dart, but 76, a good leave.
He'll be happy that one now. Mistake from Steve, a real big mistake from Steve.
5-0 beckons, treble 20, double 8. Treble 13 he was looking for double 16, and that was a beautiful adjustment. Poor first dart, left him with treble 13, double 16, and did it with aplomb, and is now within one leg of completing a whitewash. Wright leads Beaton 5-0. Back here in Minehead, the final match of the day is about to resume, with Peter Wright leading this fella, Steve Beaton, 5-0. The prize, a place in the next round against Simon Whitlock, and so far Steve Beaton has not really fired, not produced the game which we know he's capable of.
60.
And even the couple of chances he's missed, he's had 5 darts to the double and not really been anywhere near it.
58.
Frustration across those familiar features of Steve Beaton.
97.
Oh, good last out there from Wright, couldn't quite find the treble 20, a good switch. Big effort here from Steve.
90.
Well, it's now or never, isn't it? Has to win everything from here on in, Beaton.
I'm sure he's thinking in that position, he just wants to take a leg, he doesn't want to be on the end of a 6-0. That's better.
But is it all too late? Wright just needing the one more leg. Electing to stay on the 20s. That's a good first dart. Tops now. Oh, what a check out that is. Hollywood stuff from Beaton.
Well, he's done absolutely nothing, really, in the first half of the match, then pulls out the magical 1-3-2. He didn't go the conventional way people hit the ball, they generally follow it and go for double 16. Clean as a whistle.
97.
I feel a little bit better.
Wright closing in now with the darts, effectively serving for the match.
100.
Good last dart, little adjustment and flicking it over the top.
That's unlucky there from Steve, disappointment there. He was looking for more to stay in the match.
60.
Not happy about that one.
Slip from Steve. Good second one. Needs a third one, really. Yeah.
21.
Pressure off, and he's throwing some darts at last, Steve Beaton.
Yeah, maybe too late to win the match, but he'll still fire in there. Oh, good last one from Wright there after that slip with the second one. Leaves himself Shanghai. He might need to take it.
Steve Beaton's going to be saying, where on earth was this when I needed it earlier on? But he's put some pressure on this. Needs the treble 20 for tops. Great darts. Tops for the match. Missed that by a distance.
Yeah, he did miss it by a distance. Maybe didn't expect the throw, because Steve Beaton's starting to play darts now. Took the 1-4-2 out, but he needs to get this double 12. And he's missed it.
By a fraction. Big fella thought he'd got it. Peter Wright now. Tens. This time, surely. Oh, wrong bed.
Stevie required 12.
Oh, can't believe he's missed that one. Steve can't believe it. And he steps in to take his second leg. Well, 5-0 up at the break. Almost all over. Now we've got a game.
Suddenly a completely different game. It's one of the things which is forever so entrancing about this game. The way in which fortunes can change so rapidly.
95.
As soon as he took that 1-3-2 out, he seemed to relax because he started to hit the treble a lot easier.
Well, the 132 was one of the checkouts of the day, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
100.
Oh, 1-2-6 left to pull yet another leg back.
Oh, what a time to find the maximum. What a time to do that.
Maybe the treble for ball. So Peter Wright, he's missed tops for a 120.
124 then for the match this time. Treble 18 is looking for the bullseye, and it's away again, so Beaton can claw another one back.
Stevie requires 68.
Certainly can, if he can take this. Oh, 13 for bull, he has to go now. He needs the bull to stay in the match.
43.
It could be all over here.
80.
20s for Wright, needs another one for tops. This is for the match, and Wright puts it away. A flicker of a recovery from Beaton, but in the early stages of the match he just wasn't there, and it was there effectively that it was decided. Peter Wright ultimately polishing it off, and he comes through victorious into the next round to face Simon Whitlock. He's beaten Steve Beaton by 6 legs to 2.